yeah.
That's a good friend. Right. Very good. Try again. We lose a bit of water though. Do you need that much on the top? We're going to turn this as well. Keep on reframing. You don't want Perfect.
Sorry, Didi, I cannot hear you.
Jai Shrimataji. Thank you so much, Kanchan Chavanji, for joining us from Toronto in Canada. I think afternoon your time while we're here heading towards late evening. It's so nice of you to take this time out to join us to share your memories, your golden times with Shri Adi Shakti Shri Mataji Nirmala Devi. Now, this public program we played of 20th December 1989, beautiful shots of Maharashtra and beautiful shots to see those people and Shrimataji there with all those lights and the beautiful vibrations. Please tell us, where were you and how were you when you met Shrimataji? What was your first meeting with Shrimataji like? I believe you were in that video at a very young stage of your life. Would you please share with us?
Definitely. Thank you very much, Sushmita Didi, for this opportunity. And thank you, Shrimati. Really golden memories uh, to be preserved, and so much that we have got and received from Shrimati. And yes, this is 1989 when it was the first public program for me when I saw Shrimati for the first time. So basically, I saw her for the first time in 1989. We got our realization in June. In fact, in just few days is my anniversary, 36th anniversary
Oh,
of my
wow.
second birth.
Oh, very nice.
Shrimati says, yeah, that is your second birth. So we got our realization in June, and in December, that is when we saw Shrimati. The tour would start at that time. This is in Srirampur. Um, evening, Srirampur evening, and they had a great procession before Shumataji when she arrived in Maharashtra. We used to have the processions.
Yes.
So in the village with all the drums and all the procession, and we were all young Yuva Shakti girls. We were told by because this is a different city. We got realization in Ahmednagar,
Uh-huh.
and we went to Srirampur for the public program of Shrimataji. And in the place of one of the aunties, Amle, their name is Amle, and in the video she's there as well. So it was her relative. So they said, Kanchan, you come to us. We got everything for you. You have a sari and you have to dress up. We will be going to the program. I said, thank you very much because I didn't know. With my parents, we just went from one city to the other city to see Shumadaji. Very generous of them. They
Yes.
helped me, these sisters, and they helped me to wear a sari. And we have, as you could see, few girls wear a gajra.
Yes.
And then we went, we were waiting on the stage. They said when Shumataji will come, there was another uncle. He was telling us, when mother comes, you all have to welcome her. So here is a arti plate, here are petals, here is a lamp and some kumkum. When Shumataji comes on her feet, you have to offer this and you offer the arti to her. And because this is not my city, I didn't have the arti plate. So I was just listening to them. I was on the stage and I said, I hope I get one plate because on the floor were many, many arti plates. Everyone has bought one arti plate. We all girls were there. I said, Shmaji, I will wait. And when everybody is gone, let me see if anything remains. And each girl took one arti plate and they all went. There was just one plate right in front of me. Then I looked around, there was nobody. So I said, thank you, Shumataji. This is for me. And then I took that arti plate, and we were girls, you were Shakti girls in two rows. We were waiting near the steps. So when Shumataji would come that way, and then we will all do the welcome to her. So I was quite close to the stage. I remember very well on the left hand side of Shumataji. So when mother comes, I'm on the left side. And we have been waiting. We were waiting quite a while. Could have been an hour or so with our plates
Mm.
waiting for mother. We don't know when she comes. But as I said, there was a procession, which we didn't know. It was a very good procession. So when mother came, we could hear a lot of drum, a lot of sound. And Shrimataji came, we have this excitement. We've been waiting to see her. And they said, oh, Mataji Alia, Mataji Alia. Shrimataji came. And we were like this. I looked at her. Who came? And Shimaji came like this, and when she came and I looked at her, actually, during the hot sunny day, when we look up at the sun, it shines in our eyes. That was my first impression, that when I looked at her, her face was like the sun. It shined in my eyes, and I couldn't actually look at her. So I closed my eyes, and in my heart, I said, Shivaji, how will I look at you? I can't even see you. I felt so bad. Then I said, let me try. And then I opened one eye, I could see her. Then I opened my other second. Oh my God, I can see her. And I saw her beautiful, this white sari, her hair, great personality, and she was coming towards the stage. And we girls are here now, we have a task. And I was looking towards the last girl there who is close to mother, and she missed it. She couldn't offer the petals. And I said, oh my God, she missed it. How am I going to do this? How are we going to do this? The girls, they were just watching. And I said, no, I have to do something. I said, before she comes close to me, I will sit down, because we were all standing. So when I saw Shrimaji approaching very peacefully, slowly, she was coming. When Shrimaji came a little closer, I sat down. And where I was sitting down, mother came and she just stood there. She stood, and I said, I could only see her feet. Shrimaji's lotus feet I saw. I put petals on one feet. She was still there. Then I offered the remaining petals on both her lotus feet. There was some rice kumkum I offered on her feet. Iti namaskar. And when I finished, after that, Shrimataji moved ahead. So basically, what you see in the video is when mother came forward. And in those days, because maybe the shooting, they didn't shoot us, but I remember seeing this video. I was there, but because of the darkness. But, anyways, this was my first experience to see the goddess and had the opportunity to offer petals at her lotus feet. And then Shumaji was on the stage, all these yogis, new people, foreigners. At that time, we were teenagers. I was one of the attractions when they were singing the bhajans, and I thought, wow! I mean, they are singing in Marathi and all this, the dress, their saris. It was very unique for us to see. I mean, I was in Ahmednagar, so let's go back 35 years ago. It was kind of a village.
Yes.
Um, like
Simple
Pune is a
life.
very advanced,
Yes.
yeah, like Bombay, Delhi, they're advanced
Yes.
cities.
Yes.
But Ahmednagar comparatively was much uh,
Smaller,
kind
rural.
of, I don't know how to say, yeah, more village, more farms, simple
Yes.
people.
Yes.
Um, it was great for me to see these things. It was a lot of enthusiasm. We sat right at the front, just listening to Shumatiji, just watching her. Didn't quite understand what she was saying, but one sentence stayed with me until today. I have it in my mind. Srimataji was saying in Marathi, and towards the end of the talk, actually, she said, do you understand what your mother is saying to you? you know and I remember she said, uh, when she gave realization, she said, raise your hands. We all raise our hands, and she said, oh, these are the diamonds I see. She said, these are the diamonds. Then she said, do you realize what your mother is saying to you? And it stayed with me, and I said in my heart, "Shwati, what is it that you're telling us?
Mm.
What is it that we are not understanding?" So now, over all these years, the essence that how important it is, the self-realization, and what has happened to us. I think this is what she was trying to say, but I'll never forget uh, Shrimataji and her face and that sentence. It's still in me. Yeah,
Yes. Just the gajra that you had mentioned is the hair, the flowers in the hair that
the
girls and
hair. Yeah,
women wear. My mum used to wear that as well. Very nice. It was really beautiful to see, and you were a young teenage girl at that point, in lovely
that's true. Yeah,
saris, and um, basically, you just kind of from uh, the experience you've just shared, you just witnessing and enjoying this fascinating display. And I forget the name of the instrument that they play, when Shrimataji used to, Lasium.
lazy.
Lasium,
Yes,
yes, yes, it's beautiful. Yeah. Oh, the sights and the sounds. And even in the video when it started, just to hear the birds and to hear the everyday sounds, the motorbike, the train, and in all this mundaneness, the beauty of nature and the task Shrimataji was doing in the heart of rural Maharashtra, giving realization to so many people, because that's what matters to transform humanity. Um, and you were there with your parents. Tell us more about it. Did you feel anything? Because you were just a young girl, a teenage. But how did it feel at that time? Because life was very simple back then. We did not have internet or smartphones.
Uh-huh.
Landline was a rarity. There were letters. People used to handwrite letters
Yes.
and postcards. So what was it like for at that time for you to be in the presence of Shrimataji?
It was great. It was really beautiful. And now I'm in Toronto and we travel so many different countries. And when we go to India and those vibrations, now I understand what Shumadaji says about it. And as I mentioned before, Ahmednagar, in fact, Ahmednagar, Rahuri, Srirampur, all these is Ahmednagar district. Shumadaji said it is my she says it's Azor. Azor means my grandparents' place.
Uh-huh.
So it's a
Nanihaal.
very special place
Yes.
for and vibrationally it's really really strong. And your question was, we were very young. Just this is Shrimataji. I very well remember the first day we went for the realization in the place of our uncle and auntie. And they said, okay, some people have come from Srirampur and they will tell us about Sahaja Yoga. I didn't quite understand what they were saying, but we
Uh-huh.
sat and okay, this is what it is, and you will feel cool or warm in your hands. And every regularly, they decided one day you all will come for meditation, weekly meditation. And that's it. It just started. Since then, every week we were always there going for meditation. And we had the small black and white photograph of Srimataji. That was our altar, very dedicated, and they said, okay, this is how you have to do foot soaks every day. It was very interesting. We used to do foot soak at home, four of us, my mom, my dad, me, my brother. We had one tub, and when one person sits in foot soak, he was like this, just focusing on mother, no movement. And we used to have mosquitoes sometimes, in those days. So the other three would sit around that person. For example, if Yogesh is doing a foot soak, we three would be around. If any mosquito comes on him, we would shush that mosquito because he shouldn't move. He has to
Sweet.
do the foot circle, like really focused, he's not looking here and there. So we three were there to help him. So when I'm doing the foot circle, the other three would help him. So that's how we grew up. It was fantastic. And we used to wait. Sometimes, let's say in few months, some yogis would come to our place. We wait to hear the stories. At that time there were different stories happening with Shrimataji, and they were getting passed on, and we would listen to it and just follow whatever Shrimataji said. And when I saw her for the first time, you could see even in the video, in fact in the beginning, there's my dad and Yogesh. The enthusiasm is like,
Yes.
curiosity is like, wow.
Yes.
And Didi, I would like to mention Shumataji as a personality, because as you said, rural area. So we are usually shy. Even the
Yes.
other ladies we see, they were usually shy. They will not come forward. They will not speak. They will be at the back. This is the kind of women I had seen.
Yes.
But this one great personality, brave, strong, courageous. Shrimataji, I think it's a very great message for
Yes.
us, of the power which she was. And I really saw it and experienced. It was just great. I don't know what else I can say to explain the beauty of Shrimataji and the greatness and her
Yes.
love and
Yes.
compassion. Yeah.
So it just sort of occurred to me that those were the days, like now we hear Shrimataji, her speeches, her videos, and her talks. We have it on our phones, we have on podcasts, we have it on videos wherever we want to. But in those days, We didn't have those
Mm,
tapes and videos. How did you, I know you told how nicely you did meditation, the foot soak. How did you continue? What were you doing to sort of keep that connection with Shrimataji? Because there were no words like, to listen to Shrimataji, for example,
sure,
apart from the live programs that you attended, which were
sure.
quite frequent, I believe, when Shrimataji was in India.
Yeah, yeah. We used to have tape recorders.
Uh-huh.
Do you remember, Didi, during at that time in Ganapatiphule, when Shumataji used to give gifts, she used to give tape recorders to the centers as
Uh-huh.
gifts. I remember very well. New center started in this area, so she will give the tape recorder. So you
Fantastic.
play my cassettes. So we had so many tapes of Mother, but in Marathi and
Yes.
Hindi we had.
Is
Shri
it?
Mataji's talks. And there was another thing called, which we call now, the name is Cool Breeze.
Yes.
We have Cool Breeze. The same thing was Chaitanya Lahiri.
Yes.
Chaitanya Lahiri was the book in
Uh-huh.
Maharashtra. So
Yes.
whichever puja took place of mother, say for example, I remember very well in Turkey, she had Shri Fatima Bi's puja. So
Yes.
within 2 months, that talk someone will write down that talk. It was getting translated in Marathi, and
Wonderful.
that translation they would make the book. So for 2 3 months pujas, the live pujas, there was translation in Marathi with one photo on the top. Every time I used to collect those pictures of mother.
Yes. Yes.
Every year, every book we will get one photo of mother. So
Wow.
this way they would print the books. And because we were in Ahmednagar, we had to register in Pune. So from Pune by post it would come. I used to wait for that, the books when it comes. Yeah, the Chaitanya Lahiri will come. I used
Yes.
to go to school, wait for it. I still remember a khaki color. I don't know how to say the envelope. And in
Yes.
that big
All
envelope
of
will
it.
be this book, two pujas, three pujas, and sometimes at the back, the tour of mother. They
Mm.
used to write the program of Shrimataji. She's coming here. So whatever information they had, they would
Yes.
write it in that. And
Yes.
it used to come. I still remember. I used to come back from school, and my dad would say the book has arrived. I'll take the book, take the chair, tambya. We call it tambya. Water. Go in the garden, close the door, sit in the chair, and read what mother said. What Shrimataji said. What is this puja? It was memorable days.
Beautiful
Memorable.
things. Yes, yeah,
Yes.
absolutely. Tell us, because you were a young girl then, and there were so many opportunities, so many programs and musical evenings uh, before the pujas. Did you perform in any of the evenings, and what was it like? Which pujas were they and when?
Yes, thank you so much. Yes, we did perform quite a few times. First time we were our center, two girls, we sang in Ganapatiphule in the evening program, one song. But after that, we did dance performances. Uh, three dance performances we did in Shere. First dance performance was in Shere. I couldn't find that video. Maharashtrachi Lokadhara, we call it. So
Mind us
different
the year,
types of
the year as well.
year 1993 or 92.
Okay.
Yes. In the evening, Sheregan, we have that puja of Mother's Talk, we have, but the dance program, evening program. And I remember so well, we did that performance. And after the performance, all of us, yuvas were on the stage. Shumaji was there. She was talking to us and then also to the foreigners. And she said, look, this dance steps they used. This is
Yes.
how Shri Ganesha dances. And she said, yeah, and she told us, you should teach your dance steps to the other people, the foreigners, the yogis. And then she gave us some sweets. It was a beautiful evening. That was first performance. After that, again, we performed in Delhi. Actually, we performed in Ganapatipure, and that evening, for evening program, Shivaji was busy. So
Mhm.
they showed the tape to mother in MTDC, and she saw our dance and she said, oh, I like it, I would like to see this dance. So we were told to come again to Delhi. So we went to Delhi for Shmaju's birthday puja, year 2000.
Yes.
And year 2000 it was mother's birthday, and we performed and she was there. So this dance, then she saw, she was so happy. And after our program, one of the leader, Hari Gaikwad, maybe you know, he told us Shumarji was very happy now. And she said, after many years I see the Nawari, the girls in the Nawari, the Maharashtrian sari.
Yes,
She
yeah,
was
the
very pleased.
9 yards. Yes, yes.
He was
Um,
very pleased. Yeah.
and MTDC is the Maharashtra government resort where Shrimataji used to stay
He used to
when
say,
the
yeah.
Ganapatiphule seminar used to
Ganpati.
happen.
Yeah.
Okay, were you still a teenager when you performed for Shrimataji in Delhi without
Yes.
giving away your age?
Yes, yes, teenager. Yes, so we were
Okay.
still Yuva
Yes.
Shakti at that time.
Tell us more about it. Is there any
Um,
particular instance? Because after performance, Shrimataji would talk to the performers, isn't it? Did she say anything to you all that you remember and you'd like to share?
yeah, this about the dance, and then I remember she said that the Western people, she
Mm,
said usually you shake, nod your head, but in
mm,
Maharashtra we move the body. You know,
mm.
we move uh,
Yes.
complete body. So I remember so well she spoke about it, and in fact, it was very interesting. We did Maharashtra Lokadhara, everything about Maharashtra. We show how the day begins.
Yes.
Then the ladies, making rangoli on the ground, all in the dance performance, different songs till the end, and then it ends with the arti. And another one was Ashtavinayak, the 8 Ganeshas uh,
Uh-huh.
dance. So these different things, and then she was telling to all the audiences, the yogis there in Shere, how the life is in Maharashtra, how the people are simple. All these things she explained, but now it's hard to remember everything really.
Of course.
But
Now,
yes,
uh,
it was there. Yeah.
fantastic. We'll try and see if we can find that particular birthday puja program in 2000 and give the link with the pujas that and the events we're talking. We'll give the link with the video. Now, there was a particular Shri Shiv puja in Pune that you had attended. Would you like to talk about it?
Yes. Sure. That was our first puja. So public programs we did, and then that was the first time I saw Shrimataji. And then of course the journey started. The journey began. Mother used to have many public programs in Pune, um, Mumbai, in Maharashtra she used to have, and also pujas. We had quite a few Sankranti puja. We had Shivaratri puja.
Mm.
So whichever were possible, we were attending most of them,
Yeah.
especially which were nearby. And the Shivaratri in Pune was my first puja when for the first time I saw or
Mm.
participated in a puja. And at the end of the puja, I remember very well, Shrimataji, she puts the geru and things. They put the plate, a big plate it was. They
Mm.
had put the geru, and Shrimaji told us, to the leaders, everyone after the puja, take some geru for you.
Mm.
But
Geru's
make
the
sure do
soil,
not
the
put.
special soil, isn't it?
It is a particular type of,
Yes.
I don't know, kind of a stone, but it is powdered. It's red
Yeah.
color. In
Red
Shiva
color.
Puja, we see, yeah, Shumataji has this red. And
Yes.
then we were told you can apply it on your skin. So
Okay.
I remember we also took some, and I
Uh-huh.
was young, so we don't know much. So eat a little bit, put a little bit on our face. So just follow whatever Shumaji told. It
Nice
was
take
just like the
back.
messages come from her, and we just
Yes.
do it.
Yes, this is it. Yeah, this is it. Instruction followed, isn't it? When did you first visit Shrimataji at Pratishtan?
It happened in Pratishtan. It was, it should be year 94, I think. So I don't remember exactly the year, but it was the public program which happened again in Pune. And then
Uh-huh.
the next day, my mom, my dad, myself, and one of my uncles, we had the desire. We want to go and visit Shrimataji at
Mhm.
Pratishtan because we came from Ahmednagar, and we wanted to tell mother about how the progress is happening about Ahmednagar
Yes.
collectivity,
Yes.
because as I said, it was much smaller, much younger as compared to Pune. So they were doing well there. So we went to Pratishtan. We had the opportunity. Oh my God! Just she was upstairs. Before entering into that room, for a moment, I was like, I'm going to see her. For a moment, I was like this, and I said, I should go. And when I entered,
Yes.
very well, I remember. It's like another area. You
Yes.
entered another area. You feel it. It's it's an experience, to be honest. So when we went, you can't just talk to her. You just saw her. And when I first saw her, she looked huge, huge. I said, "Oh my God, she's so big." And then I bowed down, did namaskar, and when I came up, she was like, I saw her normal. This was my
Yeah.
very close experience with her.
Yes.
And very well, I remember her teeth.
Uh-huh.
So beautiful, shining teeth. I said, look at that. How we say, pearls.
Yes.
Really, it was my experience I saw. And just yesterday was a public program, and today she was a bit tired. I think some other yoginis from Delhi, they were before us. They also saw Shrimataji. They bought few things. We bought a garland for mother, some sweets for Shrimataji. And then she asked, where you come from? We said, Shrimataji, we come from Ahmednagar. Then she said, oh, Ahmednagar. She said, Amcha Azol hai. Means this is the place of my grandparents, she said. My
Nanihaal.
grandparents
In
come
Hindi,
from
yes. Yeah.
that place.
Yeah.
And then she said that is a very nice place. Machindranath, Gorakshnath, all these naths had been there. I remember very well. She said Machindranath, he flew, he went to Bolivia. They
Ah,
had done all these things. She was telling us a lot about Maharashtra, the place of Ahmednagar, she was telling us. And then she said, oh, yesterday we had a public program. Were you there? And she, yes, Shimaji, we were there in the public program. And for a moment, she looked like, oh, yes, I remember. You were there. You know, we were like maybe, I don't know how many people, would have been 50,000 people. But she, for a moment, she was like, yes, I remember. You were there. You know?
wow.
So she, yeah. And then she said,
That's
see how
awesome.
many people were there? Oh, the whole city got its realization, she said.
Wow.
The entire city got the realization yesterday, she said. And then we started to tell her that, mother, so many yogis have increased. We meditate regularly there. We have a center. She was very happy. She was very, very pleased. And we gave her one videotape to Shri Mataji, and we told her, mother, during Shri Ganesha festival, which we recently had, we had a stand. Ganesha, we took one place for Ganesha festival, and there we had our decoration of Sahaja Yoga. We
Uh-huh.
put the like a human figure with wooden, and for the chakras we put lights,
Hmm.
and they with electricity we put go light like this. This Yuva Shakti, he was one of our Yuva Shakti, they didn't have decoration, so we said, okay, you have your Ganpati Mandal, we will put our decoration. So then we had this decoration of our flyers. We girls used to make rangoli every
Wow.
day, and we had flyers. All the people who come, we were giving them the flyers. And invited one video uh, guy to make a video. So he made the video, and actually in that video a miracle had come.
Mm-hmm.
In the beginning they show this video guy showed the altar of mother, the black and white photography, and from here the light had come.
Mm.
But we were so new. See, we don't have those things. But we made only two videos of cassettes. As a video, okay, one we gave to Shrimataji. Shrimataji, we have this. And then one we very well I remember. I think I gave to Yogi Mahajan, but I don't remember where it is. And one interesting, we told mother. We said, Shrimataji, we wanted to make first our mandal in one place, but there was one guy who makes flowers shop he has. He opposed. He said, no, 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 why you want to put your thing here? People will not see my shop. All this, he opposed, but it was okay, we got a better area. But Shrimataji, we recently had the earthquake, and in the earthquake nothing happened to anybody, to our houses, but this shopkeeper who opposed us, his balcony of flowers fall down.
Which year
Only
is this?
he.
Remind us
Oh
again.
my God. Do you remember we had this huge earthquake in Latur?
Latur. Yes, yes.
Yes, yes,
Wow.
that year.
Ah.
And that fall down. And then Shrimati just listened to us and she said, Ha, Ganesha Nikela. And she laughed. I
Shri
remember
Ganesha
so
did it.
well.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
But it was really great. Nothing happened to not no yogis, nothing. Perfect. But this guy, and it was a good house, his balcony fall down. We had his flowers. And he was so worried that if you put your stall or your whatever decoration, people will not see my shop, you
Huh?
know.
There you go. Yeah, I mean, it was such a miracle. Shrimataji has talked about that Latur earthquake, how the whole place was destroyed except for that ashram, the Sahaja Yoga, where things stopped because there were some yogis from Latur, wasn't it? It's
Yes,
such a
yes. All
um,
the yogis we were saved. It was an experience. Ooh, I still remember the way the earth was moving was wow.
we read about the
Yeah.
devastation in the newspaper morning,
Mm-hmm,
and yes, it was really quite sad, quite,
mm-hmm.
but it was such a miracle how Shrimataji looks after her children, and we're all kind of looked after and safe, isn't it? So,
Absolutely, absolutely. And I remember the same year in Ganapatiphule, one couple they came to Ganapatiphule. They bought OT for Shri Mataji, and they
uh-huh,
said, "Mother, we come from Latur," and
uh-huh.
we were saved.
Isn't
Not one
it?
yogi's house was, harmed or damaged, or nothing. The
Wow.
places around us were destroyed, but we were so safe. And we
Oh,
all clapped. I remember that year very well in Ganapatipuri. Yes.
well. So what are your memories of Shrimataji's house in Pratishtan like? Because you were a young girl there, and did she give any advice on day-to-day living as, and to your parents, to aunties and uncles, and you as Yuva Shaktis?
Mhm. So, as I said, we got our realization in Ahmednagar, but I'm born in Pune, so all my relatives are in Pune. So most of the time, we used to come to Pune to see my grandma and uncles and aunties, and of course, Pratishtan was there, and then all the center. Later on, we moved back to Pune. So we used to go to Pratishtan in the very beginning, sometimes to help when
Yeah.
they were doing the work in Pratishtan, sometimes in the gardening and stuff. Those things I remember well. Messages mostly used to come from mother to everybody. Later on, I was working. I had a job. But whenever Shumataji was in Pune or Pratishtan, we were getting some messages. I remember once we had meeting much before when Shumaji maybe was in England, I don't know. So Deepa Magdum was there. We used to have a Yuva Shakti meetings, and she taught us everything about the puja because she was always with Shumaji during puja, how to decorate the feet, what you use, um,
Can you describe it
bangles,
for
what
us,
is the
please?
size, huh?
Can you describe as much as you can, please?
She told how Shumaji's feet, how it goes, the kumkum in this way, and then
First,
how it is put. And one thing I remember very well, she said the chandan, sandalwood, for
yes.
the goddess, we put at the sole.
Uh-huh. The
So
soul of the
not
feet.
on the top for the like for Shiva you can use,
Yeah.
but not for the. So there are different things. The bangles she told now, I wrote down everything. So many years have passed and I don't have that notebook. Maybe someone has it. We can find that information. This was one story. And second was when I had just finished my school and I had to take the admission in my university. So, what should I do? Should I go for Ayurveda? Which field I should choose. I
Yes.
was in that dilemma, and I was still in Pune at that time. I was like, Shivaji, what should I do? And we got a message. Shivaji was at Pratishtan. I don't know. She was speaking with some leaders, maybe or something, and she said, "Huh, the exams are finished now. So tell the students to go for computer science."
Wow.
Message came from her, and the message would immediately the message would go everywhere. So
Late.
I
Yeah.
got the message. Thank you, Srimataji. And that's how I went for BCS, computer science. It was the second year computer science had come in Ahmednagar city.
Which year is this, please?
93, 94.
Yes.
Yes. So that's when we got the message, and then I knew what I have to do, and I went to this field. This is one thing. And then second thing I remember very well, once Shrimataji had called the Yuva Shakti girls
Mhm.
to give some instructions. And there she told the hair, which
Mm.
should be middle partition, and the saris you wear should be either silk or cotton. We do not use synthetic. A lot of information was given at that time. So since then, in the center, I saw all the girls with the saris, cotton. As if something happened here because, as I said, I was working. But these were the younger ones who at that time were not working, so they went. But of course, the message was passed on. and
Yes.
they told this is the information. So since then, Didi never either cotton or silk, but mostly cotton I
So
use,
would
synthetic.
this is a question that is I think very sort of basic really, but in everyday in everyday life, the I know mummy, my mum, and the other Indian ladies, they did wear saris and
Mm.
cotton in the summer and silk in the winter. But in everyday life, even in the summer heat or the winter afternoon, would Shimaji recommend that to wear all day as well, or was there a bit of
Uh, no, she didn't mention. What I mean is, maybe she saw us wearing some saris, maybe they were synthetic saris.
exactly?
We
Okay,
couldn't differentiate. So
yes,
she told us that mostly go for natural things.
natural things. Yeah.
And there is one incident also. In fact, you may ask this sometimes in the interview with some of our sisters. I remember the year, Didi, when the Bombay bomb blast took place. Which year? Maybe 94, 95?
Can't
Could
remember,
be.
but yes, it is the 99.
That year also, we had some marriages, and one of the sisters who is in the early video which we
Yeah,
saw,
yeah.
Rajeshri, her name Rajeshri Amle, she was married, newly married, and Shrimataji had called all the newly married brides to Pratishtan.
Oh,
And she went also. So Shrimataji had given a lot of instructions at that time also
ah,
to the girls,
mm,
which cream to use. And I asked her, she passed it on to me. She said, Shimaji said shampoo should be mild shampoo,
ah,
shouldn't be very strong shampoo for the hair,
mm-hmm.
which Jaba Kusum oil. Shimaji at that time she had a lot of information she gave, and Shimaji said, "All girls, you focus on meditation. Don't run or don't rush to make your passport, because in that time passport office was in Mumbai. Now passport offices are everywhere. Like we have
Yes,
passport
there are
office in
many,
Pune,
many outlets. Yeah,
yeah, but in the main cities. So it was in Mumbai that time.
yeah,
Um, so everybody would go. It's exactly that period when the bomb blast took place. And so Shumataji, indirectly she said, don't go now to make the passport. You stay at home, focus on your meditation. And all the girls were at home. And then, so now we know why
yes,
she told them not to go there.
yes,
So everywhere she has her love, her
yeah.
care, her protection for her children all the time. Yeah.
Yeah. Just to put it in perspective, these bomb blasts actually took place on the 12th of March in 1993, and there were a
Mm.
series of 13 bomb explosions that hit various hotels, buildings,
Mm.
markets, and there was heavy casualties at that time. And see how Shumatji actually protected Rajshri Didi, from by advising her not to focus on the passport but other
Yeah.
things, isn't it? Yet
It
another
was beautiful.
example. Yeah.
Yeah. So many girls were there. Actually, many of them were married at that time from Nagpur,
Uh-huh.
from Ahmednagar, Pune. So, her protection is always there with her children. It's
Absolutely.
amazing. It's such a
How lucky for us.
strong force we have with us. Yeah.
Yes. So would you share with us some of your miracle experiences, please?
Definitely. I have two, three of them.
Yeah.
One stayed very close to my heart, actually. This was again in Haregaon. Haregaon is a smaller village in Srirampur. So this is
Uh-huh.
early years. It would have been 1990, I think.
Uh-huh.
90. So, as I said, at that time, slowly, slowly, Saj Yoga was spreading in areas. So, they had started this center in our place in Ahmednagar. So,
Uh-huh.
Amle Aunty, when we went to Srirampur, they took us. We were few of us from the center to tell Shumaji, a new center has started, and these are the yogis from our center.
Uh,
So I was also there. We all took a small little garland, all of us, and we
yes.
went to see Shrimataji. All of us in the line. I remember so well. Everybody giving a garland to mother, doing namaskar, and it was unique. Now, later on, I know, and now I understand it better. Every person who was offering namaskar to her, Shrimataji was saying something, so it was related to that person. You know.
Yeah.
So and when I went, I offered namaskar. I was looking at her. Everyone was putting in her uh, around her neck is to her offering. I thought, why to? I also offered, and everyone was touching her feet, put the feet hands on her feet, do namaskar. And I said, why to put the hands on her feet? No? On the side, I did namaskar, and as soon as I got up, Didi, I want to go on the side. I felt something very heavy, something like a magnet on Mother Earth. I went up, something just went down. And I started, I was like light like a feather. And I started, what was that? So,
Mm.
it's amazing how Shrimataji says that Mother Earth becomes active, Many
Yeah.
times she says, during realization also, she says, keep your feet on Mother Earth, remove your shoes,
Yeah.
because the Mother Earth acts like earthing. It's earthing of electricity. So
Yeah.
something happened at that time. So this stayed with me. This was one experience. And second experience for me was, um I was the Kalahuri, the bridemaid of one of the sisters, Madhavi. She's in Austria now.
Uh-huh.
That was also my first year in Ganapatiphule. It was such an excitement.
Find us
And they
the year,
said,
please.
ah,
Which year?
oh my God. So, 90 or 91?
Okay.
90 or 91. Yeah, because 89, yeah, it could be 91. I just finished my 10th exam.
Okay.
Oh yeah, so I have many things to share. So okay, 1989. Let's start from 89.
Yeah.
I was as you know, we got realization 89, no, 90, 89, 90. My 10th exam, board exams, we have to
Yeah.
study. So we couldn't go to Ganapatipure. My parents, they said, oh, we heard something. There is this program, we will go. And then I told my dad, okay, we are going. Shrimataji is there. Tell mother. My
Mm.
daughter, means me, I'm in 10th and I have my board exam, so I need her blessings. He
Yeah.
said, okay, I will tell her. When I see her, I will tell her. I mean, look at this. So they went, and we have this one day, Shrimataji gives gifts to
Yeah.
everybody. And that day came when she was giving gifts, and Shrimataji used to give gifts to everyone, even those who were not present.
Mm.
So she said, okay, if you have children, maybe they are not here, but they are at home. You
Mm.
come to take the gift for them. So
Ah.
my papa went on the stage for my daughter, he said. And then he remembered my message. So when
Uh-huh.
Shumati gave the gifts, he looked at Shumati and he said, my daughter is in 10th. And she asked me to tell you that she has her exam. She's in 10th. She looked at my daughter and said, Amsa Lakshahi. My attention is there.
Yeah.
She
Wow.
said that. Yeah. So I got that blessing. That was the second thing. And he bought gifts. I didn't know I would get a gift from Shrimataji because I wasn't there. When he came home, I couldn't believe that I got this from Shrimataji. I was so happy. And there were two sets of necklace earrings, two sets, and many other things in the ear for my hair, a lot of things actually. But when I got these two sets, I said, why two? Why did Shrimataji give me two? I'm one,
Yeah.
but she gave me two. So in my school, 1 year junior to me was one girl. It was a hostel, a boarding school. She came from another city, but we were very good friends. And I used to tell to her about Shrimataji. I gave her realization on my small pendant
Wow.
in the boarding, and we used to talk about mother, and we used to meditate together. She had
Wow.
never seen Shri Mataji. She doesn't know anything, but only through me, this small pendant, she look at mother. And
Yeah.
when I went to school, I said her name was Varsha. I said, Varsha, look, my papa went to Ganapatipure. Mother give gifts. She give two. One is for you.
Ah.
And I gave her one. I said, it's not possible, Shrimataji, give me two. For
These
sure,
two are
Shrimataji
very
gave to her.
fascinating. Yeah.
Yeah. So I shared one with her and one was with me. Yes.
Amazing.
Yeah. So this was the second thing. And then we come to when Madhavi was getting married, actually. I was so excited to be her bridemaid.
Mm.
And she was there, in the other part. The brides are waiting behind the curtain.
Mm.
And she started feeling dizzy. I was like, oh my God, what am I going to do now?
Mm.
And then the news came one more girl was dizzy. Another girl, so three girls were feeling dizzy that year.
My God.
And she was like, Kanchan, I can't stand. I didn't know what to do. I was scared. I
Mm.
was 15 years old,
Mm.
15, 16 years.
Wow.
So
Big
what to do? And the
responsibility.
news, yeah, and the news went to Shri Mataji that some brides are feeling dizzy.
Mm.
Shrimataji said, call them. Baba Mama was there at that time. All the girls were feeling dizzy, come front. So then I went with, I had to hold her actually.
Mm. Mm.
And we went in front of Shrimataji one by one. And when I went with her, Shrimataji looked at me like this. You know, Shrimataji used to do the eyes,
Mm.
small eyes. She did like this. She looked at me at all my chakras. She said, Ha! तिची डावी उजवीकडे टाक. Put her left side to her right. And I did it. Ji Shrimataji. I put her left to right, and then Shrimataji took the glass of water. She dipped her fingers, and she gave to these brides to drink. So she gave all these brides, they drank it, and then she said, "Where are you going? Which country?" Austria. They're going to Austria. Then Shrimataji said, "Ha, te astra hai. It is the weapon. Austria is the weapon."
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so now the girls got connected. Look at this.
Mm.
Just during the marriage, they got connected and effect started. So it was
Wow.
amazing. It was one of the experiences for me to be again in front of
Incredible.
Shrimataji. This is one experience, and there is another one very close to my heart, and we have two more. I will share. This is when I was very close to her, face to face, really. It was, I think, Sankranti Puja in
Mm.
Pune,
Uh-huh.
and my mom couldn't go to Pune because she was a little bit, she had some fever, she was not okay. So okay. And one of our neighbor, she also wanted to go, but she didn't go. She said, I have work, I cannot go. Kanchan, you're going, so you have to give our message to Shrimataji. I said, okay, what is the message? So the lady said, tell Shrimataji, I want a baby. Then she wants to get pregnant. I said, okay. And tell Shrimataji, your mom should be feel okay. All right, I will tell Shrimataji. I said this. And we went for puja. Sankranti puja was there. Puja was
Here again,
fantastic.
I'm sorry. Just tell us again.
Oh,
You want to plug
uh,
it so it's historical.
I know. The same year, like 94, 93,
Ex-
94.
Okay.
Ah, the same years. And so we went to Pune, the puja. Was very nice. And the good thing is at that time we were not many people. For Ganapatiphule we used to be a lot, but then the tour would finish. So many foreigners will also go back. The
Mm.
school would start. So people were less. It was
Yeah.
nice. So not like now in Delhi we see like thousands of people. It was not so. So it was a
Mm.
nice hall. We were there in the puja. Shrimataji also after puja she would stay on the stage. It was great. But no rush, nothing. It was peaceful, sitting, meditating. And then I saw slowly in between people would go to the stage where Shrimataji was and they would do namaskar and go. And I was watching. I said, let me also go. So I went. And Shrimataji was on the stage. Oh my God, garlands after garlands. There was a heap of garlands. And I touched it. It was so cold, like ice. I said, oh my God. And these things were going in my head. Imagine a young girl and Shrimataji is on the stage. I put my head on the stage, and in my heart, I have to give the message. Shrimataji, that lady, she needs a baby, and my mother is not well, so you cure her. I give my prayers, and my head is down. And I
Yeah.
came to my heart, what about you? What do you want? You know?
Uh-huh.
And I said, me? Sahaja Yoga. I'm saying this. In my heart, for me, Sahaja Yoga. And then I just got up, and Shrimataji was like, she did that.
Ah,
I did
nice.
namaskar. So actually, she asked me, like, what do you want? I said, for
Exactly.
me, Sahaj Yoga. Instant.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Beautiful. Ah. What was the miracle? Tell us about the miracle also, or a memorable incident that happened in the birthday puja in Delhi, when the
Yes.
photo was being taken, something to that.
Yes. Birthday puja, that was, I had finished my 12th, so I am free to go around. And then I said to my dad, since mother's birthday, I will also go. So, first time going to Delhi, I mean, forget about going out of our city in those days. But to go to Delhi, I wasn't sure if my dad would agree. So, yes, of course, why not? It's Shrimataji's birthday. It was mother's 70th birthday, 70. So, it's in 1993. So
Okay.
I said, yes, sure. Then my grandmother came with me. My
Oh, yeah.
grandma, my dad, me, and two of my uncles. And the beauty of this travel was, Didi, in this train was full of Saj Yogis.
Yeah.
So from Ahmednagar, all Saj Yogis got on this train. Pune, all the Saj Yogis got in the train from Srirampur. Oh my God. Then towards, as we went ahead, the, you go from one bogie to the other, all Saj Yogis. It was fantastic. And then we went to Delhi and evening programs. It was quite a few days program, maybe 5, 6 days, because it was 70th birthday. So it was nice. So in the evening program, I was there with my camera. I said, I want to take Shri Mataji's photo. And one singer had come and he was singing on the stage. He was on the stage. So usually Shri Mataji is like this on the stage and we are here. But because she wanted the performance, she said, put my chair on this side. So she was on the corner of the stage, sitting like facing the artist and us also simultaneously, and the artist is performing. So she was quite close to the edge of the stage. So we are quite close to her. And there was one Western yogis sitting down. This is in Scout Ground, Delhi. Before Nirmal Dham, we were going to
I think
Nijamuddin Scout Ground.
Pankaj was there at this program. Yes.
Huh.
He was
Yeah.
there.
So he was there sitting peacefully near the stage. I said, let me ask him. So I went near him and I said, please, can you take mother's picture? Can you
Hmm.
take the photo of Shrimataji? But you have to take the photo maybe when she's having a drinking water or something. I want a special photo from her. So he was like, no, 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 you take it. So like, please. He said, no, you take it. I said, okay. I gathered my courage. I said, all right, I'll take the photographs. I was standing there
Hmm.
with my camera just like this. And mother was listening to the guy. So I said, the moment she looks here, I will take her. Then, no movement, huh? The camera. Shrimati is not looking this way. Her attention was in the song. And I'm so close to her, like this. I said, why is she not looking at me? What is she listening to? So this is going in my mind. And I look at mother, she's listening to the singer. So I look at the singer. "Huh, what is he singing? So this guy was singing, Kanha tohe mori karuna kyun nahi aaye? Why don't you have mercy on me, O divine? He was singing. I listened to that sentence. I closed my eyes and I said, Tohe mori karuna kyun nahi aaye? I said it to Shrimataji because I had to take the photo. Yeah. So I said, Tohe mori karuna kyun nahi aaye? From my heart, I said in my heart, and I opened my eyes. The moment I opened my eyes, Shrimataji, who was like this, she turned, she looked at me and smiled, and
Oh,
I
wow.
took the photo.
Wow.
Click, I did click,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I was just looking at her. And Didi, at that time, the only thing I felt in my body was my eyes. So I was eyes. And then slowly, 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 I felt my body. And still she's looking at me. With the camera in my hand, I did namaskar. And when I did namaskar, she said, and then again she turned and she listened to the music. So it says, I have to offer namaskar to goddess is looking at you. But it was such an amazing moment for me,
Of course, so
and
special. Oh, I was curious to see the photo. You must treasure it like anything.
yes, it is. Everything is in India. I'm so sorry. One day I will find
All right. Yes,
everything.
that's fine.
Yeah. And yes, so these are the memories for
Beautiful.
me, Didi. Yeah. And there are many more actually. One I would definitely like to share is in those days,
Yeah.
um, one of the aunties in Pune, she was a teacher,
Hmm.
and she said we should do Sahaja realization programs in schools. It came
Hmm.
to her attention. Then they made a
Right.
group, and
Right.
all these ladies they went to municipal government schools,
Yes.
and they said we will give realization. So every day
Hmm.
in the morning during the prayers, the children's prayer, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, we will meditate with the kids and we go. So all the schools in Pune, we were given the permission. So all the Yogis we distributed, like who is in which area, you go to that school. So I also used to go to 2, 3 schools in the morning, go
Hmm.
to the school, take the meditation of the children, come home, get ready, and then go to work. And this we continued for quite a few months. And when Shrimataji came to Pratishtan to India, she got the news that such and such thing has happened, and many ladies the Sahaja Yogis took the initiative to take meditation of the children in the schools. And when she heard this, she was very happy, and she said, "Give my message to everybody, whoever has been going for these classes, that you have the blessings of Sri Mahaganesha."
Amazing. Which year is this?
Wow. It should be 97, 98.
1997, 98.
97, 98. Yes, yes. So it was after 95. It should be after 95 for sure. So, but we got this blessing. And again, I was in the school with the children, and one of the yogis at that time, Colonel Mane, was in our area. He passed on the message. He said, "Kanchan, this is the message. And we have to give the message to all those yogis and yoginis who
Yes.
have been going to the schools regularly." So, yeah, so this was also the blessing which came
Very
from
nice.
Shrimataji. Her attention is on everyone, you know. Yeah, yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And tell us more. When did you go to Cabella first? What was it like? And tell us a little bit more about those experiences and thereafter, please.
Sure. Cabella was always an attraction because when we were in India, we heard Shri Mataji bought a place in Italy. The name is Cabella. The desire was always there.
Mm.
I went to Cabella, to Italy, I would say, year 2009. Year 2009, I went to Italy. And very often I used to be a volunteer in the castle at that time. Shrimataji was with us. Uh, every 1 2 months, after every 1 or 2 months, I'm in Cabella. So we had pujas at that time. Shrimataji stayed in um, Cabella that year. And in fact, that year Shrimataji never went back to India. She stayed in Cabella.
Mm.
So that was 2010, Didi.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what happened in 2000.
Yes,
Mhm.
Kanchan Ji, you were saying about Cabella. Tell us.
Yes, sure. Definitely. Thank you. So, I was married in year 2008 to
Uh-huh.
Italian yogi in Pune. And then I came to Italy in 2009. Very nice Sahaja Yogi he was. We did a lot of Sahaja Yoga work. And very often I used to go to Cabella at that time as a volunteer. After every 1 or 2 months, I'm in Cabella. And Shrimataji was there. The volunteering had started. We used to, um, oh my God, we were so many yogis at that time. Everybody wanted to be there. We were 70, 80 volunteers. There were big rooms downstairs, and
Dome with a nice
mostly
painted fresco
Shrimataji,
ceilings.
yeah,
Shankarji and I also
making
volunteered
flowers.
at that time, actually. So yes, it was a blissful experience, second to none, being in
Absolutely. And
Shrimataji's castle.
yeah, so many yogis making flowers for Shumaji. We used to help in the morning duty.
Yes,
Shumaji had the chefs, the cooks who used to cook for mother, but we
yes,
used to go to help them, chopping some items and things, and help them in the kitchen make the flowers, and then other things, of course, helping one another. We had the
mm,
big kitchen downstairs. We used to cook
yes,
the downstairs for all the yogis,
yes,
cleaning the castle, and the energy which Shumataji gave. It's a huge house,
it
and so
is.
like, mother, you are the one who is going to give that strength to
Yes,
work, to going up and down every day doing all this work. And yeah, and really, it is Shrimataji. It's her
so
energy.
true,
It's her blessing
so true.
that we all get the power. That you meet so many yogis and yoginis from so many different countries, the experiences we share, and the experiences we get from Shrimataji as well. She's there. It was divine. And and then Shrimataji moved to Genoa for a few months from Cabella. She also went to Austria, in fact, 2010. So
Yes,
I went to
also.
Austria. I went to see my brother,
Yes,
and I was there one day. And then in the morning, he says, come on, we have to go to Nirmal Pras because Shrimaji is coming to Austria. I said, oh my God. So then we were at Nirmal Pras with all these sisters cooking for Shrimaji. Mother came, stayed in Vienna. Nirmal Pras inauguration happened. What a blessing Shrimataji gave at that time to
Yeah,
Austrians.
absolutely.
And wow, all the sisters, all the yogis were there at Nirmal Pras. Actually, Shrimataji visited so many countries in the last year.
Yeah.
She went to Talyati, you would know, to
Yes.
Russia she went. Oh my God, that's amazing. Really, Didi, Shrimataji worked till the last. She was working, giving and giving and giving to us. She
Still
gave us a
giving.
lot. Something which we should treasure, we should learn is
What?
to give. So
Yeah,
yoga is about giving, giving love, understanding one another. This
absolutely.
is what it is. Um Shrimataji, uh, her physical aspect, I would say, became a Virat aspect after that.
Yes, she left her
You
physical.
know, her physical form. I very well remember that day we were in the castle. Usually, I feel very cold, but that year I said doesn't matter. I will be there, and I would like to share this, Didi. I told you in the beginning that when I saw Shrimataji for the first time, 1989, uh, I had the
Mm.
blessing of divine. Nothing happens without her permission
Mm.
to offer it was a puja for me. My first puja, first time I saw her, I did puja to her. And in
Yes.
the same way, 23rd of February 2011, I was at home and I was sitting on my chair with my laptop very close to the wall. Suddenly, both my hands, vibrations, tremendous vibrations. I couldn't understand for what reason. And it came to me that you get up and you do the puja to Mother.
Mm.
You get up. It just drew me. I just woke up. I just stood up. I went to my altar. I took rose water. I did this to Shrimataji. I don't remember if I also did the
Mm.
auction with the arti. And I was just looking at her and I said, what happened? And the news came.
Mm.
She had left her physical form. So even in Nirakar, but I had this thing that I was able to. She's there, Didi. She's everywhere.
All the
And
time.
I very well remember when they took her uh, to the car because she was then going to India. They had to go to the airport.
Mm.
I looked around at yogis and I said, now she is in the heart of everybody.
Absolutely, yeah.
I have to be very careful not to hurt anyone because there is Shrimati. I had this feeling in Cabella at
Yes.
that time. Yeah, this is one thing. And one more thing I would like to share, Didi. As I said, I used to be a volunteer there very often, and it was Akshay Tritiya. So it should be February time. No,
No, March,
October,
April.
November.
April.
October, November time, Akshay Tritiya.
Okay.
And Shrimataji was in Genoa. I am in Cabella, in the castle. We were so many volunteers at that time. And I knew today's Akshay Tritiya and Indians. See our conditionings.
Yes.
How is it possible that it is a auspicious day and I am here? I should be with Mother. I should
Yes.
go to Genoa. It is in my head. I want to go to Genoa. But how will I go? With whom will I go? Whom should I ask? It's going on in my head. It didn't happen. I asked this person, no, we can't go. No, I don't know. No, no. I was very sad. I came upstairs in the mezzanine floor. We had the meditation room. Now it is the ladies' dormitory, but at that time was the meditation room. I sat and I was very sad and looked at the altar and I said, Shrimataji, uh, is Akshay Tritiya and I am not there. And I said, and believe me, Didi, from the photograph of mother, Shrimataji saying, कुठे निघालात? आम्ही इथेच आहोत. Where are you going? I'm here.
Mm.
And I sat down. I said, oh my God. And I did meditation. Very strong Kundalini. I did my meditation. I said, sorry, Shrimataji. And then I just went down. I said, doesn't matter. I will cook. I did not go to Genoa. But was a very, very clear message to me that, we shouldn't feel that Shrimataji is not here. She's very much with us. So physically, Shrimataji was in Geneva, but she gave me the message on the photo in the castle. I am here.
Which year is this?
2010. 2010. Yes. And 2011,
Yes.
everything happened. Huh?
23rd February
So this thing
2011.
was there. Yeah. And then it so happened that Navy Society, my husband, he is now no more with us. So I was alone in in Italy. Now what do I do? And my parents are with me.
That
They
same
had
year.
come and yeah, in Cabella in Italy. Then I said, now what do I do? And it was Navaratri time. I said, okay, I will go to Cabella. Let's go. Let's do the puja, and we will see what. So my mom, my dad, and me, we went to Cabella. We did Navaratri. I was staying in the house of one yogini downstairs in the piazza, and I started helping there with Jackie and it's you. So to cooking the food here, there, wherever I was possible, I was helping them out. And then it so happened that later on, Ezio said, "Where are you now? What are you doing? Are you living?" I said, "No, I don't know. I'm with this yogini, but let's see." He said, "Why don't you come and live in the castle?" He said to me. And actually, I didn't had a home. I didn't had a place. Yeah. So then I said, "Okay." I said, "But I'm not alone. My parents are with me." He said, "That's fine, you come." And the Navratris had just finished, so all the volunteers had gone. So there was place in the castle. Then I came to the castle and I stayed there. I said, "We will see later on. Maybe my parents will go to India." But I stayed in the castle. And first thing, this thing I remember so well. When I entered the castle, I said to both my parents, the big door, which you know, the black door, I did offer namaskar to the apartment. Of course, it was closed. And in my heart, and I said, I'm talking to my parents, and I said, "We will stay here, but we will pay. This is Shrimataji's house." I'm talking to them. It came to me as if, mother is saying, "What will you give to Shri Mahalakshmi?"
Yeah.
And I said, "Yeah, that's true. We take from her. What am I going to give her?" This was my very first list. Immediately, the message from Shrimataji. So I said, "Okay, mother." Then we stayed. I was continuously on my feet. I never like, sit, relax. No, I will go in the kitchen, cook the food, help the aunties in cooking, do the dishes. If not, clean the kitchen. If not, clean the house. Continuously. I was working there and then it happened. I said, "I'm not going back to India." Papa went to India for a while, but my mom stayed with me. And I told her, "I don't feel to go to India. I want to stay here." But I wasn't sure if I can stay in the castle. And they were happy with me. They said, "No, Kanchan, you stay." And then
Which
later
year?
on, Ezio said,
Sorry.
yeah, so I
Which
was in
year?
the castle, yeah. And then Ezio said, "We need someone in the
Yes.
castle. And you are doing very well here. So you stay." I said, "Okay." And then since then I started. This is year 2015. 2015 from Navaratri. I stayed till 2019. And I would definitely like to mention here, Didi, Shrimataji is there.
Yeah.
She's so much. I have so many experiences beyond words I have there with Shri Mataji. And one thing, um, I went to India after during that period because December was a low season. There were no pujas. December time, everybody, someone goes to
Very
their
cold.
families like this. So I also went to Pune with my dad, and I visited Uncle Nalgirkar there because when he used to come to Cabella, I had the privilege and mother's blessings that I was able to serve them. They are like my parents. I really have great respect for them. Um, and so they also told me, "Kanchan, if you come to Pune, you have to visit us." I said, "Hey, sure, uncle, I will come." And we had a good conversation. And I was about to leave, and at the door, at the entrance, uncle said one thing to me which stayed with me. He said, "Kanchan, in those days, in the physical form of Shrimataji, there were many Indian girls who were going through tough times, especially after Sahaj marriages. Shrimataji used to call them to her house and she used to take care of them." What was happening in Shrimataji's Sakar form, that is now happening with you in her Nirakar form.
Mm.
Didi, it stayed, it just touched my heart.
Absolutely.
I went out of the house. I was on the bike with my dad. The whole night and the whole night, I was continuously crying. I couldn't stop my tears. Shrimataji, you love me. You care for me. You're looking after me. It was a tough time.
Of
But she
course.
just looked after me. She cared for me. And I must say this, and I want to say this to all the women, not only the yogis, the yoginis, but to the women of the world. The greatest, the mother of the universe is with us. Very
Yeah.
powerful, very courageous, very brave, and the great support for her daughters. This is our mother. Don't ever be afraid. Don't ever be shy. Stand on truth. Stand on your feet. And this is what Shivataji likes. Devi. She wants to see her daughters brave,
Yes.
standing on their feet, being themselves in their dignity. You know, we are mothers. We are the daughters of Shri. And what a great power we have. And I'm telling you, Didi, every step she is looking after you. I
Absolutely.
felt like a flower she was holding me in her hands. Believe me, Didi, I was going through a lot of things. And at that time, I must tell you, because my heart, I lost my mother in that period. Less than 1 year, I lost two people.
Mm.
It was a big blow to me, but I
Oh,
stood.
of
And
course.
Shrimataji kept me so busy in Cabella. I worked, work. Sometimes no sleep, but I was working. Uh, and so what I want to say, I forgot, I just missed it. So Shrimataji never let me feel that I lost something. No, vibrations are there. You have a big family, you have a great task to do,
Yes.
and the whole life is in front of you. What I want to say, my message to everybody, we all go through tough times,
Yes.
difficult time, and we cannot say, oh, she has the difficult, I don't. It's not possible. We all go through it, and it is for our growth. It is for our growth. It will
Absolutely.
make you strong.
Yes.
You will cross some border, some boundary, some conditioning. You will become a better human. But for me, I would say we are yogis, we will ascend. It is
This
a
is,
one step ahead in our ascent.
yeah.
Some conditioning, some ego, some obstacle inside, we will
Yeah.
cross. Shrimataji helped me to cross it. I crossed it, because you know so well we are Indians. We saw the video. I'm going 35 years ago. My child, 50. I'm 51 years old. 50 years ago. How was this world?
Mm.
Where I come from Ahmednagar. I come from Pune. No television, no telephone, as you said, no mobile phones, some letters, and just going to school, coming home. This was our life. The only
Yes.
people we know were in surrounding my auntie.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So the conditionings are so strong that you are a woman, you are a girl, this is your life, this is your path. Look down, a walk. Not too much makeup. This is how we grow up.
Yes.
And now this, oh my God, now what? What?
Yeah.
My life is finished? No, it's not finished. You are the pure spirit. This is who and what you are. And
Absolutely.
another thing, Didi, Shrimataji has always supported her daughters.
Absolutely.
Always.
Absolutely.
She has married her daughters. Some of them she helped to get a divorce. Again, she has married them in such.
Yeah. Yeah.
And to women like me, she said, in fact, there is one Marathi talk. She says, we do not, in Sajoga, we do not believe in Vaidhavya, in widows. We don't believe in that.
Oh,
She has married this. And she said, you have to put the bindi.
yes.
What a strong condition. To break this condition is huge. And
It's,
Shrimataji did that.
yeah. Yeah.
What a great idol we have in front of us. She's the real reformer, the social reformer she is. And at the same time, she has spoken to the politician. She's great in every aspect. And we just need to follow her, to understand her, go to the essence of that and bring it into us, to
Absolutely.
live that, and I'm thankful to her. She developed that in me.
Yes.
She gave that courage, and I think from this, something which took birth was the video of Stri Shakti. the video which she made, and that is also her project. I know it is her project because it was in the castle. She would bring the ladies in front of her,
Yeah.
interview her. She did it, and I interviewed, and it's
Oh,
fantastic. It has worked out, and you said you have watched it. So,
it's
how was your feeling?
it's a beautiful documentary, and we will put the link with your interview video for everybody to enjoy because we watched it not too long ago. It somehow happened, but I mean, you've shot it years ago, and it took a little time to circulate. So we'll definitely put the link for everyone to enjoy. There is so much beauty, so much power as as daughters of Shri Mataji, and we need to. Um, Inculcate, not just inculcate, but nurture these qualities because in this modern life, we are sort of going through so much that um, it's hard sometimes not to be swept away in this wind of so-called modernity and modern life. We have to stick to these values that Shrimataji has taught us, and she's lived through it, and she's shown us, look, it is to be done and it should be done. And so it's really empowering. It's very nice. And Shrimataji, as you have said, is our supreme example, really. She has paved the way and she's in our hearts all the time, just with us, guiding us, protecting us. And we just pray that we are centered and we evolve and we do things that please Shri Mataji, isn't it? Um, and so moving on, so you what happens next? Tell us in your story what happens next.
Yes, so actually, I said, I'll never get married again. I don't want to marry. I want to be in the service of Shrimataji. I will be here. And some of them were asking me, I said, just, I don't want to hear it. And then it so happened that at the time of marriage was actually Nalgilkar uncle when he came. Few people had asked me before, I said no. And Nalgilkar uncle came, you will not believe, Didi, at the airport when Uncle Marco went to pick him up, he asked him, did Kanchan give her form? And he said no. So Marco came, was cooking, I kept everything ready for uncle because now they're tired, I had to serve them. And Marco came, Kanchan, uncle asked me one question. I said, what was that? And uncle came in, Kanchan, form ka nahi bharna. Why didn't you give the form? Didi, that moment, my heart said to me, now, Kanchan, don't be egoist. Don't show your ego. Such a great man, such a important Sahaja Yogi is asking you something. That moment, I became humble. Everything in my agya, my conditions, my questions just went away. And I said, uncle, like this. He said, look, Kanchan, today is the last day. I want you to give the application because I don't want people to say that because uncle knows her. So
Hmm.
he accepted her form late. Uh, uh, Today is the last day, so you give it in time. I said, okay, uncle. But still, I have some reason to say no. We were sitting on the kitchen in the kitchen, the kitchen of the
Yes.
casa. And Marco is next to me. And I said, but uncle, I don't have a photo. I don't have a photo. And then Marco looked at me and said, no problem, Kanchan. He took the phone, it took a
Yes,
click.
this
It
is
took a,
simple.
I have your photo. I said, oh my God. Then uncle said, do you have the form? He said, yes. So he went up. Marco went up. He bought the application for me. And he said, okay, now I'm going up. I'll take rest. Auntie is here. You give the application. I said, okay. So Auntie was there, Auntie Nirgirkar. They're my parents. And I fill in the form. I said, Auntie, I've done it. Okay, go and show it to Shrimataji.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So I went to the saloon. I offered the phone to Shrimataji. I filled in my form. And I offered my namaskar and I came. And both uncle and auntie said, just don't worry, don't think. You give it to Shrimaji, whatever happens, will happen, will be mother's decision.
Yes,
Shrimaji will decide. Yes, no, whatever. Whether you get a match, whether you don't get a match, your mother will decide. I said,
absolutely.
sure, uncle. And then I did namaskar and then I got matched.
Ah, again, which year is this?
This is 2017.
2017.
Um,
Okay, Shri Ganesh
yeah,
Puja 2017. Fair, good.
in Cabella, yeah.
Yes.
He is Persian, very nice man, very humble,
Ah,
um, very gentle. Yogi, he's a yogi, of course. It's a blessing of Shrimaji which came to me. And I came closer to another aspect of Sahaja Yoga, because we were always in India. Um, so we know the Indian things. It's very interesting, Didi. We come to Sahaja Yoga, but we have Shiva Puja, we have Shri Ganesha Puja, we have the Devi Puja. We know all this already, even before
yes,
coming to Sahaj. But
yes,
there are some parts of this world who
yes,
do not know about it. It's
yes,
new. Even to say Shri Ganesha is new for them.
absolutely.
Everything is new. So that aspect, those people, for me, they are much higher, much greater than us.
Yes,
To accept completely new Sanskrit, to say the mantras in Sanskrit is big. It's huge to acceptance, to accept Shrimataji, you know. I
yes,
think it is great. So I really salute to all these yogis, the Western brothers and sisters, and even the ones who come from Persian area or from another different background, which is so tough for them.
yeah, yeah,
And to accept the divinity in Sahaja Yoga and the way they are working on it, salute to them. And I think we should give all our support. So for that, I'm trying to change myself. So then my new episode of the life started with this marriage, and then we were thinking whether to stay in Cabella or to come to Canada, but it so happened that we came to Canada. So that is also a blessing. It's Shumaji's house. um, but I would like to share one more thing, as I said about conditionings.
mm,
I remember uh, 90, maybe 90, 1990 was my, or 91 was my first puja. Ganapatiphule was my first year. So that year when we went to Ganapatiphule, okay, puja, we know this word puja in Hindi, we know, okay, it's a puja. Shrimataji is on the stage, I'm sitting in the puja. And she said, today we will offer the puja to Lord Christ. When the moment I heard Lord Christ, for a moment I was like, Christ? So think a new person. When you hear these things, for us, since childhood, it's that they are different, you are different. They are Christians, you are Hindus. We are different, we are separate. But here I'm doing the puja to Christ. These two things are so separate, different. Puja and Christ. And Shrimataji is here. So for a moment I was like this, but then I said, okay. Immediately it went out. And then later on she explained and she said, Christ is the incarnation of Shri Ganesha. Oh my God. So when very big condition was broken at that time, not that I was holding on to it, but it's so subtle. It's very deep in the back of our mind. These things are so subtle. We really need to, if we go deeper by Sahaj, things are so easy, but it is there. So this one conditioning was broken at that time for me, and now this gives us the power and the energy. Shrimataji develop our personality that we can open our hearts, our arms to everybody. There is no which color skin you have, what is the color of your hair, if you're short, it doesn't exist anymore you know it's just the heart is the what we see and how much you are seeking. And as mother was giving, so how much can I give you? How
yeah,
much love can I give you? This is what I think happened to me. And since childhood, since my teenager, not childhood but my teenage, I have been practicing Surge Yoga. So I would say Shrimataji has helped in developing my personality, uh, you know, to break the conditionings. And we learn from her how generous she was giving gifts. When things were wrong, how strict she was. She was correcting us.
yeah,
And also, when we did something correct, she was praising us. How many things she taught. I remember she used to tell, the foreigners have come, exchange the addresses. You
yeah,
should send letters to them, make friends with them. In Ganapatipuri, she used to say, you should make friends. So we have so many friends. I have, at that time, we were Yuva Shakti, friends in Delhi, friends in Chennai. And the next year, we used to wait. Oh, we will meet again in Ganapatipuri.
Yes.
So then this friendship, oh, this friend got married, that
Mm.
friend got married, she went to that country. So she really brought the world together. If we look as a third person, from with the eye, I think of a non-yogi, we will see a huge revolution. I know Shmaji used this word kranti.
Mm.
Really, a kranti it is, and we are a part of it. you
Yes.
know so in the beginning we were like watching her and she was correcting us, and now it feels like you have to do it. You
Yeah.
are at the front, we need to do. And you are also, Didi, thank you so much, very good initiative.
No,
You started
it's not
really.
really, it's
Yes.
Shrimataji, and it is, I owe it to my parents, who really, who are behind this, were, they were instrumental because in way back, after our marriage and we had children and it's busy life, and the children went to Borotin, then to ISPS, and when we visited them in Lucknow, um, we had, Shirdi Sai Baba's book by Arthur Osborne and other authors, and the miracle
Yeah.
stories were there. And I remember this afternoon, we used to go in November, December when the weather was cooler. And one sunny afternoon, Papa said, बिट्टू कुछ करना चाहिए तुम लोगों को इस तरीके से, क्योंकि अ, समय जैसे बीतेगा लोग मानेंगे नहीं कि श्रीमाता जी जैसे अवतार थे. So you guys
Mm,
should do something about it. And mummy was like, बिल्कुल ऐसा करना चाहिए कुछ. So, they were actually, I think, being Shri Mataji's instrument behind it. So when
yes.
the children went to ISPS, we did this recording at our National Center in Blossom Farm in 2010. And it was, I mean, vibrations, it was like a Mahapuja, because these older
Wow.
yogis who were told directly by Srimataji, and because she's our mother, how beautifully she has simplified this complex knowledge that only very few select people, dedicated yogis, had in the ancient times. She has brought it
Yes.
to all of us. And not only that, she has actually transcended and enabled us to transcend these divisions that human beings have put in terms of
Mm,
whether it is countries, whether it is class, whether it is caste, whether it is color, all
mm,
these superficial things. And she has actually empowered us to recognize our own selves as the pure spirit and each other, because really we are all one, Srimataji's children. And how beautifully she has done it. It is in total amazement, isn't it? So, uh,
very true, so very true.
thank you so much for actually sharing with us your amazing story and experiences. And we will put the links up with the video so everyone can enjoy these
Yeah,
beautiful
sure.
programs and the Sri Shakti documentary that you've mentioned. And it was really, really nice to, and I share with you this sentiment because it's around the same time, where you were saying Shrimataji encouraged to exchange addresses. Now, at that time,
Mm,
and similar time to what you were, uh, we, well, I never actually made one, but we were encouraged to have pen friends so that we could communicate. And we used to write letters and things. I know my classmates, my very close friend, she used to do that, through some child magazine. We had children's magazine and things then, isn't it? So they'd write,
mhm,
and how Shrimataji just brought everybody close together. So it wasn't just cities or villages, it wasn't just countries, it was all everybody together under Sahaja Yoga. It is just
mm,
so precious and so beautiful. And also to hear about Uncle Nargik, because my brother and I, we travel like your brother, Yogesh Bhaiya. we we traveled together in 2002 with Uncle Nalgirkar and some other Sahaja Yogis. You see, because from my family of Papa, Mummy, and my brother and me, only the two of us got the visas, and we were getting married in Cabella. So we were
mhm.
in Ganapatiphule, where Papa Mummy were there, so they could sort of meet Shankarji and talk to him and all that. And then, but for marriage, it was only my brother who got his visa. So we traveled with Uncle Nalgirkar, and it was so beautiful about, how the whole journey happened from Delhi to Frankfurt, and how instrumental. I remember you were saying you used to deal with visas for the Indian Sahaja Yogis coming. And I remember talking to Parag Kulkarni Bhaiya, because it's not easy
Yes, yes.
you are when you are in India to get a visa
Yeah.
for Italy. And even though I was working in India today and everything, they still had their doubts, as if I would sort of go and settle in UK or whatever, or Italy. So yeah, it was really nice how Shrimataji worked it all out so beautifully. And it's just so nice to hear about all these beautiful, absolutely surrendered Sahaja and to be inspired by them. All thanks to Shrimataji.
Thanks to Shumadri. As I said, she shaped us. She
Totally.
shaped all of us, our characters, our personalities. She broke our conditionings, but in a very gentle and a loving way,
Yeah,
very gently, and with
only a mother.
tremendous patience.
Yeah.
Yeah, tremendous patience. When I look at myself as, oh my God, Shumadri, you have been so patient with me, and how sweetly you taught me everything. So now I feel it's really my turn. I need to be patient with everybody, with all my yogis, yoginis. And we come from Maharashtra, so we are a little bit kind of tough in our language. But now I'm with Persian, so I really, Shumadri has put me on the other side to become more gentle, more soft. It's good for me, it's developing my and personality even further. And I think this is what is really needed, because now is the time we have to go out and we have to talk about Shrimaji to the people. And actually, with this thought and with this desire, one of the brother who helped me in editing this Sri Shakti, very professional, very, very nice person. And he has tremendous respect for Shumaji and he believes in her so strongly. And he is a new yogi. These people are very busy in their work, but it's not that uh, he is there in every puja, but in his heart, he offers puja to Mother. In his sahasrara, in his office, he has Shumaji's photograph. So what I feel, the connection, the recognition of Mother is your connection with her and
Absolutely.
your awareness about her. I think this is real Sahaja Yoga, which is the different aspect which I see here. Because I was in Cabella and I always say, you are at the heart.
Yeah.
You're at the core of the heart, where you see you're just so close to her. And now this is when you go further away, but still it's beautiful. And every person, every individual, every yogi, yogini, have their connection with Shri Mataji, which is so beautiful. So from him, he had the desire, and we started SYTV, a very beautiful television. We started during COVID time. So probably that was the first time when we actually started television. Please, Didi, you could share those links as well. We could only do 3 episodes. Would be great for yogis to watch how we tried, not me, him, with his wife. And we were four of us, me and my husband, and we were supported by the Canadian collectivity. There's a beautiful collectivity here, very wonderful yogis and yoginis. There's a blessing everywhere. So that was second initiative. And then recently I've started something called We Are Meta Modern, because this word meta stayed with me. 1 or 2 years ago, I was just on YouTube, what's happening, and many people at that time started using the word meta. Even Facebook, they said we changed from Facebook to Meta. I said, why Meta? I remembered Shrimataji, you wrote the book Meta Modern Era in Delhi. She inaugurated. We were there for her birthday and we bought the book at that time. I still remember. We Meta Modern Era. I said, no, it's us. Shrimataji spoke about it. We are the real meta modern people. So then I started this We Are Meta Modern. I'm trying my way to spread Mother's message, really.
Shrimataji is working it all out. There's nothing to be concerned about. When was this inauguration of Shrimataji's Metamodern Era book in Delhi? Was it Delhi?
Yes, yes, yes. Delhi. It was uh, Her birthday puja, or was it Shivaratri? No, it was birthday puja. Didi, I'm so sorry about the
All
dates.
right.
But early 90s.
Yes.
Early 90s,
That's
yes.
fine. I think people can look up the metamodern era, and when the date of printing is there, it will be there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, that is so nice of you, Kanchan. Thank you so much for joining us this evening and sharing your lovely stories with us. And thank you, Shrimataji, for blessing us all with everything, what we are and what we do. Thank you, Shrimataji, again and again. Jai Shrimataji.
Jeshwari, thank you, Didi. Thank you very much. Thanks to everybody, whoever listened. I don't know, I tried my best. It is just my humble journey of my life, which Shumaji blessed me with. And everything that is beautiful, very basically, is just praising her.
This,
In all my life story, it's not about me, but it's about her. How beautiful she is, caring mother. And
yes.
I want to say that it is her blessing that I had wonderful parents, just as you said, Didi. They
Yeah.
have also played a very important role in my life to
Of course.
shape and to keep me that, Shrimataji is there and you have to follow her.
Yeah.
So, a beautiful life. Yeah.
Yeah. In this wonderful, wonderful life, we're so blessed to have Shrimataji with us all the time. And how beautifully you said how Ahmednagar Nandgaon was Shrimataji's nanihaal. And earlier this afternoon, we were talking to some Sahaja Yogis in Lucknow, which was Shrimataji's sasural, and we were
Sasural.
talking to the neighbor Dr. Avdesh Narayan. He used to be our family doctor when my brother was a baby in my mom's arms and I was little. And and that's where Shrimataji stayed to build that house in Lucknow. So it's really nice how in one day Shrimataji has has shown us the experiences from her nanihal to her sasura and even to Cabella, to Toronto, to England, and it's only Shrimataji who's made it all possible. So thank you,
Very true.
Shrimataji. Thank you so